Hello friends, in this video I will be telling you about the pointers. So in the previous video you have seen that how to access the uh, mm, location of a variable, that means where it is being stored in the memory, and at the same time how to get the value at a particular location using indirection operator. Now you know that the variables, when we talk of variables, are basically of two types. The first one is the data variable and the second one is the pointer variable. So the data variables are the one which stores basically the data. For example, when I say int a is equal to 5, so this a is a data variable which is holding this data 5. Now comes the second one, that is the pointer variable. Now, pointer variables are those variables which are capable of holding the address of a particular data variable. So, pointer variables are basically the variables which can hold the address of a data variable. So, the address holding capacity is only and only for pointer variables. So, how to define a pointer variable? So, the moment let's say, when I say this, so a memory space is provided to this variable a and 5 is stored. Let's say its memory location starts with 200. Then I am creating a pointer variable to hold or to point the address of this particular variable. So let's say the name of the pointer variable is p. But how to segregate this variable from this variable? We use this star indirection operator. So p, now this variable p will be pointing in some direction, but right now we have not told that in which direction this p is pointing. So just by writing star in front of this, it becomes a pointer variable. So this is how we segregate a data variable from a pointer variable. Now, to assign this pointer variable the address of this a, it's very simple. We can say address of a. Now this pointer variable p. So what happens when we do this? A variable p is formed, but this variable is not an ordinary variable. This is capable of holding address. So we supplied address of a to this p. So now inside this p, what will come? 200. What is 200? 200 is the address of this variable a. Okay. So that is how we declare a pointer variable, and in this way we assign some address to this pointer variable p. Now let us move to the editor and let us see what do I mean by this. So let's say I am having a variable a which is having some value 5. Okay. Now I am also declaring a pointer variable p. Okay. And I am saying now that this p is being assigned address of a. So now this p is pointing to the address of a. So let us see. So let us print first what is there in a. So what is there in a? So value at a. Okay. So value at a, this is a very familiar expression for you. Okay, so this will return what is there in a. So the value at a is 5. Where this a is, that means the memory location of a. So the location of a in the memory. Where it is? How to get? We use this. Okay, let us print this. So the memory location of this A in the memory is 64222036. Then we declared this pointer. Where is this pointer? Okay, let us print this. Let me first print the value which this pointer is holding. And as we have assigned the address of A to the pointer, so the pointer is holding nothing but the address of that. So let us print what is this P. Okay, but remember, as P is a pointer which is holding the address, and address is always unsigned, so it is better to use U. Okay, now look, the value, so sorry, it is not at A, the address of A it is. Yeah, value at P, let's say. Ah, it is okay. So what this pointer is holding? It is holding a number 64222036. What is this number? This number is nothing but the address of A. Okay. Now let's say I want to know, I want to work with the value at the location where the pointer is pointing. So I want to know the value at the location where the P is pointing. So how to know? We simply write star, indirection operator. That means this particular star here is dereferring that. So it is giving us the value which is there at the location where the pointer is pointing. So pointer is pointing where? At the address of A. Okay, and we are dereferring it. We are moving in that direction, getting the value. So if we print this, we will be getting this. So the value at the location where the pointer is pointing is 5. So in this way, you can work with pointer. Now let's say I want to store the address of this pointer. So storing the address of a pointer means, so who can store address? A pointer. And if the pointer is storing the address of another pointer, then that has to be double star. So int star star p, let's say q, and I am assigning this q the address of p. Okay, so let us print what is q. So the value at q is equal to, let's say, q, and before that we will be printing the address of p, address of p. So now, the value at q, sorry, the address of p we wanted to print. So let us run it. So now you can see address of p is this and the value which is stored by q is this. So now we know how to make a pointer which points to the address of another pointer. So you can make a chain of it. So you can make another variable which can point the address of this and so on. So pointers are very helpful when we want to point to the address of certain variable. And when we want to know the value which is stored at the location where the pointer is pointing, then we have to derefer it. So now you know that how to declare a pointer, how to initialize a pointer, and so on. Last thing which you should always remember is, now as this pointer is pointing to a variable which is an integer, so we will be declaring this as integer. Let's say if this would have been float. So how we have to declare it as float, F-L-O-A-T. Okay. Do not confuse. By saying that this is float, the address can't be float. Okay. So therefore, address will always be going to be what? It is going to be unsigned integer. But This particular float is referring to that the pointer which we have created as P is nothing but a pointer which is holding the address of a variable, data variable, which is a float data type. So this you should always remember. Okay, so in this video, till this point only, in the next video, I'll tell you that how to use pointers to return more than one output. That means how to use pointer to create functions which can return more than one output. So thank you very much for watching the video.